Ancient megafauna refers to the large animals that roamed Earth thousands of years ago, particularly during the Pleistocene epoch. These creatures were often massive in size and fascinating in behavior. Here are 10 fun facts about ancient megafauna that will transport you to a time when giants walked the Earth. 1. Mammoths were close relatives of elephants. Mammoths, one of the most famous megafauna, were closely related to modern-day elephants. They were covered in long, shaggy fur to survive the cold Ice Age climates, and their long, curved tusks could reach up to 15 feet in length. 2. Glyptodon was the prehistoric armadillo. Glyptodon, a massive prehistoric relative of modern-day armadillos, weighed up to 2,000 kilograms, about 4,400 pounds. It had a protective shell that was as thick as 3.5 inches, making it resemble a giant, armored vehicle. 3. The Megatherium was a giant sloth. The Megatherium, or giant ground sloth, could grow up to 20 feet long and weigh as much as 4,000 kilograms, 8,800 pounds. Despite their massive size, these creatures moved slowly, feeding mostly on leaves and plants. 4. Saber-toothed cats had enormous teeth. Saber-toothed cats, like Smilodon, had razor-sharp canine teeth that could reach over 7 inches long. These fearsome predators used their powerful jaws and long teeth to hunt large prey like bison and mammoths. 5. The short-faced bear was one of the largest bears. The short-faced bear, Arctodus simus, was one of the largest terrestrial carnivores in history, standing up to 12 feet tall on its hind legs. Despite being a fearsome predator, it primarily scavenged and hunted large herbivores. 6. The giant beaver was twice the size of today's beavers. The giant beaver, Castoroides, grew up to 8 feet long, twice the size of today's North American beavers. This massive rodent built dams much larger than those of its modern relatives, likely altering its environment on a grand scale. 7. Mastodons were different from mammoths. While often confused with mammoths, mastodons were distinct in both size and appearance. They had shorter, straighter tusks and a more robust build. Mastodons also had flatter teeth suited for a diet of trees and shrubs, while mammoths grazed on grasses. 8. Giant birds like Argentavis could have wingspans over 20 feet. Argentavis, a prehistoric bird from Argentina, had wingspans that could exceed 20 feet, making it one of the largest flying birds in history. Despite its size, it likely soared across the skies like modern-day vultures, searching for carcasses. 9. The Indracotherium was the largest land mammal. The Indracotherium, or Paraceratherium, is considered the largest land mammal that ever lived. It weighed as much as 15 tons and stood about 16 feet tall at the shoulder, with a neck that could stretch up to 7 feet long. It was a distant relative of today's rhinoceros. 10. Woolly rhinoceroses had thick fur. The woolly rhinoceros, a close cousin of today's rhinos, had thick fur and a large, curved horn. These creatures roamed the cold steppes of Europe and Asia during the Ice Age and were well adapted to survive the freezing temperatures. The ancient megafauna of the Pleistocene were awe-inspiring in their size and diversity. Many of these creatures have long since vanished, but their legacy lives on through fossils and the stories they tell about a time when the Earth was ruled by giants.